Hi guys, welcome by the new episode of the podcast No More Secrets. I am Christa and I'm sharing my recovery journey with you. I was an addict for 35 years. I was addicted to opiates, fentanyl, oxycodone, benzos, sleeping pills, smoked weed every day for 35 years. Smoked cigarettes, so nicotine. The last few years of my addiction, I was highly addicted to cocaine also, and yeah, through all my life, addicted to party drugs as well. And yeah, and now I'm a little over a year clean and sober, and yeah, sharing my story over here because I want to share hope, I want to share strength, lights, and I hope to inspire and motivate you because my strongest and biggest message for you all is, and that I want to spread is, if I can do it, you can do it too. Period. You can do it too. If I can do it after 35 years, and my whole year of being clean and sober, I've got so many challenges. That's the reason why I didn't do a podcast for a few weeks, because I really, really needed to adjust myself clean and sober through those challenges. They are really, really tough. My oldest son had a really bad motor accident, and exactly on the day that I was a year clean and sober. So I went to an NA meeting, and I came home, and then I got a phone call that my son was very hurt, and yeah, was very tough. And I am used to, for all of my life, from the age of 13, to numb my pain, to cope with problems. In the past, I called it problems. Now I call it obstacles or challenges, because I was used to um, deal with those things by doing drugs or taking a lot of medication, because I couldn't handle life without something in my system. And yeah, and this was such a big, such a tough thing that happened, and he's okay now. I'm very, very grateful for that. Very grateful. We didn't know how it was going to be, and yeah, but thank you. He's okay. He can walk, and of course, he's traumatized because it was a really big crash. And my other son, yeah, at the start of the summer, I was really, really excited to have my first summer in 35 years, totally clean and sober. And I uh, really thought, oh, what am I going to do? Because normally when I was still in my active addiction, I went to the beach. I first went to the supermarket, bought some wine and some beers, and took some medications with me and drugs, because everything I did in life was included with substance, everything, and my podcast, the name is No More Secrets. And the reason because of that is because nobody knew how highly addicted I was. And that's the reason why when I got clean and sober, I didn't share it with nobody. I did it on my own, cold turkey. And I did it the first 6 months on willpower. And I don't recommend that to anybody. First of all, when you quit with opiates and benzos, you really need professional help, because it's very, very dangerous to do that on your own. I didn't know that when I got clean and sober. If I knew, I would never have done it that way. So I'm also very grateful that I'm still sitting here, because it could have gone very differently. And yeah, so after 6 months, I decided to go in treatment because I felt very lonely, and I couldn't share it with anybody. I cut the cord with everybody from my past. I already had for almost 2 decades no contact with my family anymore, not about my addiction, but about other traumatizing things. Um, yeah, so there I was, all alone, clean and sober. And, I wanted to cheer for myself. I wanted to open my front door and say, yes, I am 2 months clean and sober, but I was too ashamed still. And yeah, from the moment that I shared it, and started to love myself and healing my traumas and starting um, gratitude and being vulnerable, because of course when you're in your high and when you're drunk or something, you cry, but you cry only because you cry. You don't heal the reason why you cry. And now I go through everything clean and sober. So yeah, this summer for me was the biggest challenge in my recovery, because I was so excited about the summer. And then at the start of the summer, my middle son was he didn't want it, but he ended up in a really bad situation. So he got arrested, and um, I didn't believe it. I when the police called me, really didn't believe it. And so he had to go to the judge, and the judge asked me if I was willing to be at home every night from 7 p.m. Because he got an evening clock, so it's like like house arrest, from 7 p.m. till 6 a.m. in the morning, because then he goes to work, and otherwise he had to go to jail. And so because of course I'm his mom, I'm not approving what he did, but um, yeah, he's also still a young child in puberty, and of course I don't want him to go to jail. So I sacrificed myself. And I say sacrifice because, people can say, yeah, but you're his mom, so that's normal. Yeah, I'm his mom, but I'm also Christa. I'm not only a mom. And I didn't choose those things. He did. So, but I'm not angry anymore, but it was such a big challenge, because every evening, and the summer was beautiful here in the Netherlands, and every evening I sat at home all alone because I'm a single mom. I don't have a partner, and I got to court with everybody. I don't have family, and there I was sitting 7 days a week, kind of babysitting my middle son. And it took me back to my active addiction, because in my active addiction, and especially the last few years from my addiction, when I was so highly addicted to cocaine, I snorted every day. um, and I was totally alone. Then also I isolated myself like many others, and now I was again isolated but clean and sober. But my addiction voice was almost shouting to me every evening, go get some Coke, or go get a bottle of wine, making excuses in my mind. Your alcohol was not your drug of choice, so you can drink a beer or a wine. That's possible, or a vodka or whatever, But I didn't do it. I didn't do it. So I'm so fucking proud of myself, and that's why my strongest and biggest message to you all is, if I can do this shit, you can do it too. You can do it too. Really, you can. On my social media, especially on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, I share every day. I share a little video, or a photo with some lyrics or something like that, and sharing my life. Yeah, you can see it like that. Sharing my life and hoping to inspire and motivate you, and show you all that it's possible if I can do it after 35 years and being addicted to so many substances. everybody can do it, and not only overcoming my addiction, but also I had a complex PTSD. I was depressed. I was suicidal all of my life. Every evening when I went to bed, I hoped I didn't woke up. But every morning I woke up, and if I didn't, was still awake, of course, from all the substances. But when I woke up, it was I always started my day negative because I was so angry inside that I woke up because I didn't want to wake up. I wanted to die, So and now every day I'm so happy I am alive because when I was 4 months in my recovery, well, it wasn't really recovery. I was only clean and sober on willpower. And then I started a transformational coaching. I shared it in the previous episodes as well. The Superpower Mastermind, it was incredible, amazing. It really turned around my whole life, 180 degrees, really. I learned to love myself. I learned to heal my inner child. I learned to forgive the people that damaged me so badly. And yeah, now I found inner peace. I found my purpose and my mission. And my purpose is to help you. I'm a recovery coach now. And I'm going back to school in 3 weeks. I'm going to study 5 days a week. My God, if you told me that over a year ago, I would have laughed in your face so loud. So I started a total new routine, new habits. I meditate every morning. I pray every morning. My higher power is God, and God for me is not a man in the clouds, but for me, God is everything around us, the nature. We are God, God is inside us. But to pray to my higher power, that gives me so much strength. I can share everything and the answers will come, the answers come from inside. So yeah, and recovery is not only stopping for me the substance that I used. I had to detox from shame, from anger, from fear, from guilt, from resentment, toxic people, hate, because I hated the people that hurted me so bad, through my life. And now I only exist out of love and light. And yeah, and when I'm sad, I'm not angry, but I'm sad. So yeah, but going back to the summer, yeah, so already 2 months I'm at home every evening from 7 p.m. And then the accident with my older son happened. And I had all the um, excuses my addiction was searching for to let me relapse. But guys, I didn't relapse. No. You know what I did? I grow through it. I really grow through it. It builds my character even stronger. I knew I was strong. But that I could handle this shit also, clean and sober. Guys, come on. You can do it too. Don't waste another day. Please don't waste another day. Reach out, seek help, call an rehab facility, go to your GP, go to your neighbor, whatever. But please, because you deserve really the best life. You deserve it because you're enough, you're worthy. And from the moment when I started to believe that I'm worthy and I'm enough, it was for me, it was a process. I have a really bizarre recovery journey because the first 6 months it was only on willpower. I was doing from month 4. I was already doing a transformational coaching where we were also in a private Facebook group and we shared every day a live video. So I learned to be vulnerable. I cried on the live videos. I shared so many things. I didn't never shared it in my whole life. Abuse, neglect, being cheated on. But so many things I always kept to myself. And yeah, that learned me that it was okay to be honest, because the truth will set you free. It's true. It's so true, 1,000%. So when I went to a seminar in January, I shared my story there on a stage for 1,200 people, because the speaker came into in the audience, and he tapped me on my shoulder, and he asked me, he asked a few more people, but he also asked me. And I was, my God, I was already 5 months clean and sober. Nobody still knew. And I was still very ashamed, but also very proud that I didn't use already for 5.5 months, something like that. But I decided to go on stage. So I went on stage, and I said for 1,200 strange people, I'm Christa, I'm a single mom of four, and I'm 5.5 months clean now after an addiction for 35 years. And everybody stood up and began to clap. So that was the moment that the truth was setting me free. All the chains were coming off of my body. And yeah, I'm sorry, there's something happening. No, I'm sorry. But so then after the seminar, I shared it with some people around me, and I called a rehab facility the next day, and I started an evening treatment, and then I started to do this podcast, and yeah, and finding my purpose. And my purpose is to share my recovery journey with you all, and inspire you, give you hope. I really hope I'm a beacon of hope for you, because when I was in my recovery, I watched a lot of podcasts, and on social media, I watched a lot of people that were also in recovery, and that gave me hope. So that's the beautiful thing in the recovery world, that we all help each other. That's the reason why I go to meetings, because when I started the evening treatment, they asked me if I wanted to go to meetings also, because it's very good for your recovery, and it keeps, for me, it's my lifeline. It keeps me clean, it keeps me sober, it gives me clarity, why I feel like this, why I feel like that. And so I went to a meeting, and the first time I thought, what the fuck is this? It looks like a cult. You're sitting in a circle, and they were reading cards about God and this, that. And I wasn't really listening, but it's not about God. It's about a higher power, that you surrender to your higher power. And when you acknowledge that you're powerless against your addiction. And yeah, so I said to myself, okay, I give myself three times. And after three times, when I think, this isn't it for me, then I only doing my evening treatments. But after the second time already, I thought this was exactly what I needed. I needed a connection. I needed to hear from other people the suggestions, how they did it and doing it. And yeah, till this day, it keeps me clean and sober, because last Wednesday I was at the beach in the daytime for, well, I always go to the beach. Well, a lot of times I go to the beach in the morning, really, really early, because when it's getting hot, then for my dogs it's too warm, so I go to a special dog beach. And but now I was in the daytime, and that was the first time for me that I was for a few hours relaxed, and I was without my son, but because I was so relaxed, all the feelings that I was not running for consciously, but because I was so busy taking care of my older son, being here for my middle son, also reconnecting with my daughter. I have to arrange a lot of things for my youngest son. Helping a lot of people already, studying, doing research to how to rewire your brain even more, and So I was so busy that I didn't realize that I was running, that I was so, when I was on the beach, all the feelings, all the hurt, the sadness about my kids came up. And yeah, when I drove home, I had so much craving, so much, and I didn't even know which day it was. So when I grabbed my phone because I wanted to switch the music, I saw it was Wednesday, and I thought, yes, there's a meeting tonight. There's a meeting, and I was a few minutes too late, but I went into the meeting, an NA meeting, Narcotica Anonymous, and I'm sad, I'm overwhelmed, I have so many cravings, and then the suggestions that you hear, and after the meeting, everybody that comes to you and share with you what you can do, but when the meeting was finished, my craving was gone because that was exactly what I needed. I needed the connection. I needed to hear from other people. It's possible. You can go through that. So that's the reason why I'm doing this, why I'm sharing everything with you and being vulnerable and being honest and pure and raw. And yeah, so guys, I'm going to do my podcast every week again. I'm back. I am back, people. I've managed to come to go through my first clean and sober summer without numbing things, without escaping reality. Um, yeah, so I'm back. I'm full of new energy now. I'm full of creativity. And yeah, so if you need help, please reach out. Please reach out. I'm here for you. Um, and I can give you tips or only a listening ear, whatever you need. Um, yeah, and remember that you're worthy and that you're enough and that you're loved and that you're extremely powerful, and the biggest message I can give to you is, if I can do it, so can you. So if you need help, reach out. If you don't want to reach out to me, reach out to whoever can help you. And yeah, you can send me an email to christa.connect@gmail.com, or you can send me a DM on my TikTok, on my Facebook, on my Instagram, and I will reach out to you. And yeah, guys, have an amazing week, a clean and sober week. If you're still in active addiction, please decide for yourself that you deserve the best life and that you can do it. I'm the living proof after 35 years, so you can do it too. And if you like this episode, don't forget to hit the like button and please subscribe to my channel. So the more people I can reach, the more people hopefully are becoming clean and sober also, and healing their traumas and healing everything they experienced, and also are going to tell their story to help other people. That's like the ripple effect, that's the most beautiful thing about it. So guys, I love you. I see you next week, and I wish you all a beautiful clean and sober week. Bye.